Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go back to the Groom of Gallagher Mansion. So let's begin. I still have 2 more routes to do for the game, so we're gonna continue on that. The stories I've heard about the old Gallagher Mansion. The tales and whispers and rumors. Home to the decadence and luxury in the days of yore, now abandoned out of fear and left to rot. The obstructed photos, the promise of lost inheritance. A history stained by misfortune and blood, despite spit and greed and ambition. None of them have done the place justice. Quite the opposite, in fact. They all made it sound much more exciting. A quick look at Gallagher Mansion doesn't suggest anything special. It's just one of many other ancient, abandoned, century-plus old estates around here. I never got the hype. These decrepit old places withered this town. Like fallen leaves, no one has bothered to wake up. It's a spot for college dorks to drink and hope no one notices. Occasional haunting house for young adventurers, and a home to a few basic ghost stories that some of the older locals take pride in. Heritage and horror in one neat package. You never notice anything extraordinary just by looking at it. Sure, closed to midnight, an eerie old mansion far off in the main road will spook you well enough, especially if you're alone. I think the only haunted place I know of is a hotel here, where I live. Luckily, I'm neither of these things. Well, technically I'm alone, but not by myself. I follow the phone in my hands for comfort while trying to avoid the thorns of the rose. No need to prick myself just yet, according to Taylor. Gallagher Mansion is abandoned. It's been abandoned for the most of its existence. So why doesn't it look like a pile of splinters? Why are the grounds not overgrown with weeds and vines and poison ivy?
Team, do you copy? What's the situation on the field? Over.
Wait, I'm gonna see if I can get you voice. Okay. Team, do you copy? What's the situation on the field? Over. Doing fine, Taylor. In fact, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping for something more like a light breeze, maybe a darker, stormier night to really set the mood. Over.
Don't jinx yourself now, buddy. Optimal weather conditions will make the mission easier for you and me both. Over.
You know, we don't have to say over when we are on the phone call, right? We could talk and hear each other at the same time. Over. A pause. I could almost feel Taylor's pout on their side of the line. I'm serious, though. So far, this may as well be an evening stroll.
Keep your guard up. If my sources are accurate, I'm like 90% confident we'll find something in this place.
The voice in my ears, Taylor Potts, my longtime dorm bestie in Xavier University, and the president of college's Cult History and Science Investigation Club, aka the OHCIS. I mean, the OHCSIC. You know, there's me, the vice president, if only because I'm the only other member who constantly shows up to the meetings, and that's mostly because I feel bad for Taylor putting in all the work for the club. That's why I'm here tonight, of course. Why? I'm in the steps of Gallagher Mansion, dressed in some very uncomfortable nines, with a desperate ghost hunter walking me through a desperate plan. Long story short, the student union is a meeting away from dropping support for the OHSIC. We had trouble with training members for a while now, and the facility we use for our meetings is utterly wasted on the two of us. Their words, not mine.
What do you mean you're done funding the club? The OHSIC is an incredibly important resource for students to explore their spirituality, their heritage, their culture!
Listen, Mr. Potts. I've pulled enough strings letting you have the club for so long in the first place, but I can't defend you when we're not seeing results.
I just need to take a picture of this.
Still have a freaking anime club! All they do is watch movies and spend money on imported snacks! That's gotta be violating some kind of rule about appropriating funds or something!
You mean watch movie? You mean watching anime? I'll go in that club, sorry, Taylor.
First of all, it's the Japanese Culture and Heritage Club. Secondly, they actually retain regular members, as do many other clubs.
Sorry,
if you
Taylor.
can't engage with the students of this university, you're not really providing anything of value. Space is a premium too. You know that everyone on campus is going gaga for that newly proposed juggling club. And they'd appreciate a room that's barely being used as it is.
The juggling club? The juggling club! You can't do that to us!
Who would want to be going to a juggling club anyway? I think it's the juggling club part that's gotten him the most. Taylor's logic: clowns juggle things, clowns are scary and evil, therefore the juggling club by default is scary and evil.
There's gotta be another way! Please! What do you need us to do to save the club?
All you need is a few more members. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you can show us that the OSICO is still relevant to the student body.
Should have just blackmailed people.
OHSIC.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that.
That's how it went down yesterday morning, according to Taylor. Later that afternoon, before I could start going through the motions for our meeting agenda.
Okay, here's the plan. You know that old house way out there on the corner of town? That old Gallagher place where all those deaths and murders happened ages ago? We've never checked it out! We thought it was too boring, too vanilla. But no! Maybe we made a mistake trying to find new things when we've left the biggest stone in town unturned.
Well, he's right, so... Okay, but... has anything changed about the place since the last time we looked at it?
Tomorrow, we're gonna investigate the old dump. I just know there's something we can find in there. It's our last hope. Vice Prez, tonight we're hitting the books. Research like your life depends on it.
So research like I'm Sam and Dean Winchester? Okay, where's the coffee? And by the way, by we're investigating, Taylor meant that I'll go in there in person by myself while he provides intel via earpiece back at HQ. HQ is Taylor's car, of course. Maybe we could paint it like Ecto 1 and we'll get a few members that way. Ecto 1 or, if it's a van, maybe the Mystery Machine.
Status? You've been a little quiet. Over.
Back to the over thing, huh? Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm just thinking.
Don't get cold feet now, buddy. We need you now more than ever. You've dealt with the paranormal before, and you've rocked their world. Are you worried about your lines?
No, I got the script down alright, though. My writing attire is a lot to get... I'm worried about dripping on my gown. I'm worried about tripping over my gown. Can I at least take my heels off or roll the skirt up a few inches? And do I still have to do the veil thing? Over.
Sorry, no can do. You've got to look the part for when you fall into the cold, dead arms of Elias Gallagher. Over.
Understood. I'll look as classically ravishing as possible. Over. I say that I quietly dress my outfit away. Taylor can't see me over the earpiece. Anyhow, I may as well be comfortable, and maybe even a little dispaved, as benefit someone with my sorrowful tale. I'm at the door.
How's the rose?
Impeccable. Immaculate.
Then go for it, buddy. You're about to change our lives.
Can I ask you one more question before I start the mission?
Shoot.
Did, court entertainers or whatever still exist in Victorian times?
I don't really know if they did. Or why you're asking me that?
I'm just saying, what if Elias Gallagher isn't the only ghost left in the mansion? What if I'm running into his personal clown? Ghost clowns.
Ghost clown? No! Why would you even suggest such a thing? I don't want to think about it.
Because it references Sonny J. Jack. But I could be in danger, unless maybe it's a nice clown who could cook.
Quit stalling and start the mission already.
There goes Taylor's hammering in the no fun allowed sign. Oh, as well. Oh well. I turn my attention back to the facade of the mansion. It really does look too well maintained for an abandoned building. The cold glass handle turns and the door slides open. The first thing I notice is how stale the air tastes inside the manor. The second thing I notice is how cold it is in here, even compared to the light breeze outside. The atmosphere is unnaturally frigid, though not enough to make me bail out to grab a jacket as long as I'm quick. Well, you're not gonna be quick. This place has certainly seen better days. Hacker voice, I'm in.
How's it looking in there, bud?
A lot more promising than now that I'm inside. Perfectly right for haunting. Complete with a creepy portrait upstairs. In fact, you probably have an asthma attack with all this dust. I definitely would.
Is your sixth sense tingling?
No, my asthma's sensing. I don't know why, but it's super cold in here. As long as I'm in and out of here fast, I don't think I need to worry about it too much.
That's reasonable. I think it's time to summon a ghost then.
Well, after that, about time, I put that single year of high school theater to good use. Well, here we go. Prick my finger on one of the ferns, scare a few of the rosebuds around, then cue the monologue. I stuck in a breath, and as the thorn pricks my index, channeling the pain into an insignificantly hammy performance. Alas, my poor aching heart. I clenched my chest with one hand and laid the back of the other against my forehead, crying out the empty halls before collapsing into a heap, the sounds reveling against the walls in a cavalry of echoes. Woe's me, I have been abandoned so coldly at the altar. Why did the love of my life forsaken me so? Today was set to be the most joyous day of my immortal existence, and yet all I feel is the pull of despair into my darkest days. Thus, oh, woe upon such an unfortunate soul as mine. I hear someone clapping and stuffing a garfall from the earpiece. All I wanted in life was to know the warmth of the lover's touch. Why? Won't anyone take pity on me? I let loose another pathetic sound of anguish while plucking off petals and closing my eyes.
This is my cue to throw tomatoes at the stage, right?
No, Taylor, no. Taylor's, tomatoes, the performance sucks. I'm doing great, dummy.
Alright. Keep up the good work then, buddy old pal.
I glance around my surroundings. I almost feel like the painting on the second floor is judging me silently, but it must be my imagination. Why would I continue to live a life unfilled? I almost think it's better to sleep in eternity, dreaming forever, rather than suffering this cruel reality. I pluck off the last of the rose petals and cast away the steam, the deep crimson speckles of blood, slimmering starkly in the light of the moon, now dripping through the cobweb-covered windows. Perhaps I should die as I lived, alone with naught but my own sorrow. If God or some kind angelic soul has lent their ears to my pleas, then take me now. I lower my head and let a few more tears flow down my cheeks. The ritual is now complete.
Truly a riveting performance. 10 out of 10, Oscar worthy, or whatever.
Hey, don't kill the atmosphere. The temperature suddenly drops in the point where it feels like my blood is freezing to my veins. Something inside my brain screams at my legs to run, but I can't move. I raise my head just in time to see the rose petals scatter across the foyer, swirling up into the air, closing back in the stem I threw at the foot of the steps.
Alack, what blood is this, which stains the stony entrance of this sepulchre?
Wait, who was that? What's happening over there?
My jaw drops at the vague shape of a man materializing from the top of the staircase. My mouth is suddenly too dry to form a coherent response. Alas, Gallagher, in all his undead, imperial glory, is gliding down the steps towards me. Holy crap.
Fresh blood in my esteemed estate, stained on a red rose no less. A tragic sight indeed. But not quite so tragic as the one who stands before me. Pray tell, who are you, and what is your purpose here?
Bud? Hey, Bud. What's going on over there?
Alas, Gallagher, ward of this manor, my name is... What's your name? Digital wave. And I am but someone's bride. I am Digital Wave, a bride who was abandoned at the altar on the day of my own wedding. With a broken heart in my chest and tears in my eyes, I sought solace in a quiet place away from the ceremony and found myself here.
Ah, you poor dear. You and I are not at all dissimilar indeed. I am well acquainted with tragedy, and know that your wounds need tending to at once. Tell me, would you like to forget the cur who broke your heart?
Yes. Hook, line, and sinker. Oh yes, I would not hesitate if there was such a way to erase my sorrows, but I fear it won't be a simple matter.
Nonsense, my dear. I can melt away your anxiety and regrets, for it is within my power as long as you remain inside these four walls. Now, will you accept this rose, darling?
Stealthily, he hands out the rose I shredded up not too long ago, the bud gone from the petals and the thorns absent from the stem.
Hey, bud! What's going on there? The line's doing haywire over here!
I reach up towards Elias to take the rose from his hand, and our knuckles brush against one another. His touch is deathly cold. I will.
I'm requesting a report! Do you need backup? Answer me!
Wonderful, darling.
Elias' hand glides up to my cheek, caressing it gently and phasing through my skin.
Now even death won't do us part.
The distant cry of a carnival mystery. A long wail of pain moan, looping through the walls and dancing on the flowers. The petals shake, stamens and pistils tremble, and the perfume avalanches upon me. A bazillion scents are strong as the forgotten sun, strong enough to sting my eyes. Ugh. I rub my eyes and open them to a blue ceiling. What the hell? Where am I? As I ask, the wails and moans shriek my bones as east. They were my breath, just my breath. And the carnival mystery? The phone's still ringing. It's not in any of my pockets. The wedding garb was a huge mistake. My hands scrabble around the sheets of the bed, searching for my phone, trying to answer Taylor. Hang on, bed? My eyes remember more than the ceiling, and along with the rest of my senses, waking up and perceiving information. Sure enough, I found myself in some ancient bedroom. I catch a flicker of light amongst the disfaved sheets and snatch it to me. My phone screen glows like a comforting little lantern. I accept Taylor's call and he's panicking.
Oh, God! I've tried you like 50 times already since the call dropped! What the hell happened?
Life, Taylor, life. Or afterlife, I mean. You're dead? No, I'm fine. I don't really know. Where am I?
Are you still in the mansion?
What's a mansion? It's like just droll. Somehow I've forgotten where I was. What had happened? My cheeks twain with the memory of a chill, infernal touch. Elias. That touch was from Elias. A ghost touched me. Right, that actually did happen, and it wasn't just some sleep-deprived concussion. I had from all Taylor's ramblings, right?
Hey, bud, don't climb up now.
Oh, I guess not outside at least.
Describe your location.
It has some walls, a bed, paintings, windows. Well, everything around me is still dimly lit in a more shade of blue, so that's a good sign. Well, good might not be the right word. And the decor certainly takes the part. Wait, hang on. This is still inside the mansion, right? Lights and decor, one thing, but the room sure doesn't look like it's moments from falling apart. The sheets I'm laying upon are coarse, but in a perfect condition, as fresh as the day they were woven on the state of the art, some state of art pedal room. The mattress holds my weight with a sense of duty, and the pillows couldn't be fluffier. The point of the paint on the walls, which were peeling away in the fire, hold impractically tight here, with not a chip in sight, no cobwebs, no holes, nor even a speck of dust floating upon the air. The portraits and the paintings all hung straight and untorn, with gilded golden flames, the pots and vases, without any cracks in their porcelain. Even the air is far cry from the moss and bird nest if you ignore the taste. And now that I'm calmer, I also notice I'm wearing a pair of soft, silky gloves I don't recall bringing with me when I came in. Were these a gift from Elias? Hey, hang on. Look at this bedroom. I take a quick set of photos and upload them to Taylor.
Wait, a bedroom?
Taylor, yeah, wait, a bedroom. I guess it's a lot nicer than a floor. Nothing's falling apart and nothing's stained. It looks like a part of the same house though. Same general decor.
Huh. Maybe the door was locked and nobody got in? This place is a known party hub after all. Maybe the co-eds and whoever else wrecked everything they could reach, but they just couldn't get into here.
Could. I'm just thinking, I watched Beetlejuice, the original. Like, this would be funny if this seems unlikely. It'd be funny if he had the book of the recently deceased hanging around. A century of no visiting would still do damage to a locked room. It's not like it's sealed away from the rest of the world. Unless, was it just this room a special place for me? Hey Taylor, can I ask you for a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you, brief me on the mansion again?
You're kidding, right?
I just woke up and pretty sure there's a ghost floating around, eager to meet me. So come on.
Yeah, alright, you're right. Let's play 20 questions to catch you up to speed here.
I could just go, oh, I'm all caught up. We're gonna speed through it. But I like reading these. Why am I here? Why am I here?
You're really asking me? Sorry.
Sorry, no. I have some memory problems, Taylor. Taylor inhales deeply before continuing.
You're on a field mission to investigate Gallagher Mansion, so we can find evidence that ghosts exist, therefore proving that the OHSIC still has value to Zephyr University Student Union.
You mean student body?
Besides finding a ghost, we're also looking to see if we can figure out where that old Gallagher fortune might be. Treasure hunting isn't our primary goal, but it's worth keeping an eye out for.
I mean, our last playthrough, we got the fortune.
The newspaper clippings we found always said how huge the inheritance was, but some assets were never accounted for in the banks. Rumor has it that the Gallaghers kept part of the fortune somewhere in the estate.
That sounds about right. Thanks for the recap. Who were the Gallaghers? Who exactly were the Gallaghers, in the grand scheme of things?
The Gallaghers were a well-off military family from Europe who came to America in the mid-1800s. Archibald Gallagher, the patriarch of the family, found success as a cornmeal baron. He married a woman named Mildred, and together they had a total of 7 children. All of the Gallaghers were quite exceptional, except for...
Elias.
Elias was the black sheep of the family. All of his other siblings were born strong and healthy, but Elias's birth came with a lot of complications.
I just thought of something. What if Elias was born with cerebral palsy? I'm just saying because that would actually hit closer to home because my mom has cerebral palsy. He was bedridden for most of his life, wasn't he?
Pretty much the epitome of the sickly Victorian child trope.
I mean, he does have a walking cane. I mean, it could be that they had cerebral palsy. Not sicky. My mom gets sick very easily. I don't think he should put it that way. I could almost hear Taylor's shrug from the earpiece. How did the Gallaghers die? How's the Gallaghers all die?
A lot of rumors say it was some kind of curse, but no one can agree on why they were cursed to begin with. The eldest child died first in a horse accident or something. After that, it was a chain of freak accidents in short succession, completely unrelated to the previous deaths. But without fail, it would always kill the next eldest child like a line of dominoes, hitting the rest of them in some pretty gruesome ways.
And I technically know what happened, but we're continuing on. Yikes.
I think Archibald and Mildred Gallagher weren't too happy about having to write Elias down as their sole heir once the others were gone, but somehow he'd managed to dodge the curse. Then, not long after amending the will, the parents drowned in a bridge collapse on what was supposed to be a leisurely carriage ride. Same energy as scented candles setting fire to your apartment.
Yeah, and people thought he killed them, but talk about depressing.
There was, still is, plenty of speculation about Elias spinning elaborate murder schemes to take down his family. But the thing is, Elias had few people to write letters to, and even fewer people who'd write back. Elias became a permanent shut-in after becoming the head of the Gallagher estate. I'd probably do that too if it happened to me.
Sheesh, no kidding. I mean, I feel for him. I definitely do too. What killed Elias Gallagher? Elias himself was murdered not long after Gallagher curse had axed off the rest of his family. So who killed him?
That would be Violet and Gerard Dupont. Gerard was the Gallagher groundskeeper, and after the rest of the family died, he decided to get a little ambitious. Don't think that guy was gay, though. Otherwise, I imagine he would have gone after Elias himself. So, he introduced his sister Violet to Elias as a fellow heiress without a partner. You can guess what happened next, right?
I'll say also the fact that, back then, it probably would look, I don't know. The whole courtship dance, a romantic proposal, and a wedding to write home about.
Everything but the wedding, yes.
Yep, keep saying, if you're gonna kill someone for the inheritance, kill them after the wedding.
According to the newspapers we dug up, Elias died the night before his wedding ceremony while the Duponts were caught red-handed tearing the place apart, looking for the Gallagher fortune.
She really could have killed them after the wedding. Had him give her the fortune and then kill them off. But, that's common. That's a little bit more common sense. And then the rest is history. This feels different compared to the last time. You know, this mission feels different compared to the last time I had the encounter with a paranormal. Taylor?
That's because the last mission I sent you on wasn't a real thing. That was a fake paranormal incident.
Sir, I watched Buffy and Supernatural. I think I can handle paranormal.
Hey, after we posted your reactions on the internet, we did get some new members.
For a little bit, then they left, and it was just you and me again. Taylor lets out a deep sigh on their end, and that's the end of that. Think I'm all caught up. Thanks for catching me up, Taylor.
Of course, bud.
I glance around my surroundings again. The door leading to the the door leading out of this room, out somewhere only Elias could know, beckoned me forward. I had to know what lay beyond. I think I'm going to explore more.
Whoa! Hold your horses! Aren't you feeling lightheaded or dizzy or anything?
No! Spore. Just a little groggy, right?
You know, I've been trying to reach you for 2 hours! Were you even aware you've been gone that long? Maybe you had, like, a concussion or something.
Nah, I'm good. Totally. I have no idea. But I don't think I have a concussion. That touch, that really did knock me out, huh? I could barely remember. Elias didn't seem to think it was a fraying act. Did he want to put me asleep, or does he not know his own strength? When I collapsed, what did you hear?
I kept hearing that guy's voice and a rush of air.
It just makes that reminds me of wasn't that in Scooby-Doo? The rush of cold air while they were the zombie island. Yeah, that's what it is.
So, was it really Elias?
It wasn't. This isn't another one of your fake incidents, is it? I know I shouldn't ask that, but Taylor wouldn't pull that on me twice. But after everything I've been through tonight, it jumped off my tongue in a desperate skepticism.
No, of course not.
Oh, then I found a real ghost.
So you really did see the Elias Gallagher?
Yep. I think I touched him too.
Okay, I'm coming in. We have to get you out of there.
Nah. Wait, hang on, why? This is what we came for, though. And we don't know what's going on now that Elias is active. Listen, Taylor, you're the one who's the actual ghost fanatic. I just hang out with you at the OSHA because...
OHSIC.
Oh, whatever. Look, you finally have your proof that ghosts really do exist, and now you're calling a retreat?
It's a tactical retreat! I was kind of prepared to find a ghost, but not for you to go MIA for 2 whole hours!
Sorry, Taylor. Going in. Okay, he's got a fair point, though. I almost feel a little guilty at how hard he's hyperventilating. Please calm down. Taylor, please calm down. I'm still here. I'm okay. Take a few deep breaths.
Fine. Yeah. Deep breaths.
Taylor labored breaths slowly even out as I imagined him wiping some non-existent sweat off his brow.
So, if that ghost had the power to put you to sleep, he must be a lot stronger than we anticipated.
Yeah, I'm going in. I don't think he's gonna hurt me though. After all he wants to do is court me.
You two just met! That's rushing into things!
He's been waiting for 100 plus years for someone, so I don't think he's trying to rush. He's going full freight train. So much for catching his breath. That was our plan, wasn't it? To trick him into thinking that I was also supposed to get married, and well, we succeeded. I just barely hear the faint gasping of teeth, clashing of teeth on the other end.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm still coming in to give you a hand. I trust that guy about as far as I can throw him. Which isn't very far, well, considering, he's a ghost.
Or you could throw him very far because he is a ghost. Well, if you're coming in, I'm heading out. Don't know what I'll find, but I'm bored of this bedroom.
No, you stay right there. We have no idea what that dude's up to.
Going in later. Well, according to you, I was sent out on a field mission because I have the stronger body and no dust allergies. Which, sorry, I actually have dust allergies. I have asthma. I have allergies to perfume and musk and exercise. Just now that on the end, just stay on the end, all right? See what happens. The door opens to a house alive. The chill's gone. The dim light from the windows, flowers, flows through the halls like a river undammed. I think This is the same house, after all. The walls are chipped, the floorboards creak, and 100 ornate doors beckon to be opened, and mystery behind each and every one. I'm just as lost now as I was before I fell asleep. I'm out of the bedroom. No signs of Elias. No other ghosts, for that matter. I think I'm still in the mansion.
Ugh. Okay then, I'll stay put for now. But if we're gonna do this, then you need to give me a status report.
Nah. Okay, so, you know how cold I was when I first entered? That's not a problem anymore. The whole manor is... what's one step down from cozy? No response except for what might be Taylor's biting his lip. A couple into the situation, I hear another voice. It sounds happy. It's humming a melody unfamiliar to me, all at once, wistfully and joyously and disappointed. The harmony of dissonance filled the house, even through the barely outdo a whisper. And despite the echoes crawling like slugs along the walls, I know exactly where the sound originates. I think I know where Elias is. I'm going to try to find my way back to him.
If the house really has returned to its full glory, is it because of Elias? If it's not freezing in there anymore, that has to mean something. I think you've really awakened him.
Can you elaborate?
Your presence has given him something he hasn't had in forever. I think this house conforms to his spectral energy. You've made him happy. You've satisfied part of his wish for romance, but I want you to be very careful about how that wish gets entirely fulfilled, okay?
Yep, totally. Okay. I haven't been paying much attention to where I'm going, but my feet have walked on without a second thought through the twisting halls to another dimly lit room. To Elias Gallagher. I peek into the study as quickly as I can, sans the creaky doors hinges, so not to disturb Elias. I spy in him, holding a few volumes of some old book collection in his arms as he pursues a crowded shelf. I can't help but notice the content smile resting on his lips. Once satisfied with his haul, Elias floats over to the armchair and sets the books on a nearby accent table, making sure they're in his preferred order. A pot of tea and some snacks wait for him to sit down. Wait, can a ghost even eat or drink? Completing the question, I lean forward to get a better look, the door clicking as it's unintentionally pushed door open. Oops, I ruined his reading time. He spotted me.
Oh, my dearest. Wait there.
He reads over, ghostly tail slicing through the cabinet slicing through the carpet. In a quiet instant, Elias floats before me, chest puffed dramatically.
Please, my dear. You mustn't wander around. Things remain out of sorts.
Ugh.
I do my best to ignore Taylor's annoyed groan. But when I heard you humming, my feet began to move on their own accord. Why, you must have summoned me here to grant your company. Sure, the line was cheesy, but it wasn't wholly inaccurate. I was drawn to Elias somehow, by something.
And here I thought I had been quiet so as to not disturb your slumber. Sincerest apologies for rousing you from your rest.
No need to apologize, my dear, for I have already awoken. Elias cocks his head.
And yet, that changes little about the unreadiness of this manor. After all, I have to do all this cleaning myself. Simply look at the state of this study. Oh, so far gone from its glory days.
Didn't you say it was pristine?
I did, but no. I did, and I stand by it. vaguely labs wish they had were this clean. Either Elias is perfectionist beyond compare, or he and I are seeing two different versions of the manor. And yet, I find these rooms quite beautiful.
Just wait, and be amazed. I will have to find new staff quite soon. Sadly, they did not stay with me as I left my body behind. Oh, if only they had.
Now, don't get too preoccupied with that staff. You have all the time in the world to replace them.
On the contrary, arrangements must be made with all haste.
Arrangements for what?
Our wedding, of course.
Taylor chokes on a spit for the earpiece while I stand there and replay the last sentence in my head. I can't blame Elias for wanting to rush things after decades of waiting, but Taylor mutters something indescribable under his breath. I feel the same, though. I might be more trouble than I expected. But I've only been left in the altar, my dear. A long time for you has only been a sunset for me. I ask for your graciously let us seek a compromise. Elias tilts his head once more, eyes locked with mine.
But your heart... I can hear its soft, gentle tears fall upon your soul. I promise you, my dearest, that a heart does not heal easily. No matter how many tales of tragedy and hardship one may read, reality is much more painful. Why, my own heart has been broken more than a dozen times over the course of my life. And alas, it has never once healed, only turned to an aching scar. And I have tried my damnedest to ignore these wounds, to let them bleed out and coagulate into some semblance of strength. But it left me sickly instead. If a heart is to be mended, surgery must be immediate.
Elias takes my hand into his cold, ethereal grasp.
And here before you is someone who can mend your broken heart. Someone who can cherish you, stay with you, create happiness for you.
Aww.
I never had that chance in my own mortal life. And after so long, dearest, I want you to choose happiness, not sorrow.
I see the hearts in his eyes.
And I want to be the one to give you that happiness.
I'm flattered. Something in his words rang truer to my heart than I could have expected. All I'm doing is playing along, acting my part. But if I had actually been left at the altar, would I?
Whatever you do, do not trust him at all.
Oh, I totally trust him. Taylor's voice snaps me from my thoughts.
But also, don't do anything to upset him. Play it as cool as possible.
Taylor, I'm going for you first, but I'm going for last, just because awesome. Saving the best for last.
I gave you a very thin rope to walk. Don't fall down. Do you understand?
Totally. What did you say? Huh? Okay, I got this. I can walk a tightrope, or at least fake it. Why not show me what else there is to Elias Gallagher? Let me indulge in my groom before I marry my husband.
Yes, we shall do that. But I cannot wait forever either. The taste of eternity I've already supped upon is nigh unbearable. Join your groom in helping him plan our wedding.
Tara once more grumbles something inaudible. And what does my dear groom need help with? Elias gives a thoughtful pause.
Now let me think. I'd love your assistance with the floral arrangements. I have all the flowers of New England in my hands. It shall be difficult to select only a few.
To prove his claim, he presents his open palms to me in a small gas board of tiny sample flowers sprout and bloom in my perishable vision. So many, you have to narrow it down for me, else I could never choose, and surely you'd want me to be selective.
Of course. And after that, a cake. I know my grandmother's recipes are still in this house, and I should set off on finding them. I've tasted them all when I was still in the flesh, and they're delightful. As such, I leave the choice of cake to you.
Ah, I could certainly do that.
And finally, since you'll be marrying into my distinguished family, I'm eager to bestow upon you a gift suitable of that prestige. I shall lead you to my treasury and introduce you to the family jewels.
Taylor sniggers. I can't help it. I laugh too. But try to mask it tastefully. Oh yeah, I get the joke. Ah, delightful. So I shall pick the jewelry I wear for you.
Precisely.
Very well. And with that, I believe we have reached our agreeable compromise.
Then let us begin. Take my hand, and I'll lead you to the greenhouse.
Alas' hand isn't nearly as cold as earlier, but my fingers phase through him just slightly. All the same, it's enough to simulate the gesture of holding hands, at least. Satisfied with the arrangement, he leads me out to the study and back for the halls. As we walk, I re-examine my surroundings. It really is hard to believe just how much of a glow-up this place got.
Hey, partner. How are we holding up?
Oh, good. Splendid. I'm always one to hold hands with the man I love. Lass casts me a sideways glance and blushes. I don't have the heart to tell him that I don't really mean it. We pause for the foyer on our way to the other end of the manor. 2 hours I have knocked out. 2 hours I have knocked out for, huh? Lass is practically dragging me at this point. The set of hallways is almost identical to their end, sans the glass double doors around the corner. The Lass phases through, so he can unlock and hold them open for me.
After you.
I take a step through the door and enter the world of Fora. Seems the greenhouse still works as intended.
You shuddered a little. Is there a chill, my dear?
No, not yet. Not quite. The opposite. What I'm surprised is how lovely the greenhouse looks already. Perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit, but I can't even tell what plants used to grow in these pot planters. But my bouquet would be here. Lass could likely turn this from depressing to delightful before I could blink. Do you need any help restoring the greenhouse to its former glory?
I did, but no longer. Behold!
I watch as Elias' eager hands dance upon the flowers, and without any more than a sample flourish dozen flowers, the same this time in full size and bloom, await my vision.
Voila! My dear, your flowers.
My eyes and nose are drawn to 3 flowers in particular, none of which should be growing on the Traphus, and none an act of a defiance. Paranormal willpower is simply the last for gaining his botany. Classic red rose. It seems to be different varied than the one I brought with me inside the manor, though not a climbing rose. A dozen orange zinnas. The color reminds me of a soda I bring to the club room, though that's probably the least correct thing I could think of right now. And finally, a cute bunch of wildflowers. vibrant and pink, amongst other blooms. I always enjoyed these cheerful presents before I pass them by.
And there's more. Much more if these don't delight you.
No, I think one of these shall delight us both.
And which will that be, my dear?
I go with the Zyna. I would like the orange flowers. They're so striking.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Hey, are you actually any good at flower arrangement? I want to see this bouquet.
Oh, that's his reaction to it, huh? Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I need to play it as coy as possible. They think they make a good centerpiece.
Heck yeah! Orange is a great color and flavor.
They're quite sentimental flowers. And I suppose that neither of us can simply drop sentimentality so easily.
True, you likely have to move on from the match in our lives.
And you wouldn't be here either. I trust you understand the significance. Now, what accoutrements would you like to add to this? There are so many, and I want to see what you pick.
Ooh, pick something he won't expect. Something really bold.
Taylor's happy with this. What could possibly stand out as bold against these bright yellow flowers? Shall these lilies? They really pink and is striking, and these stripes are eye-catching.
The Peruvian lilies are certainly eye-catching. You seem to be quite a maximalist.
Elias blushes. I'm quite used to the ambience of in my life. Now, how about these white striped ones with the pink interiors?
So much pink! But the pear blossoms and their white tips do add a particular gentleness.
Is it that chill? Honestly. These three flowers together add piece by piece into the glass vase are blaring at me. I don't think they'll be so forceful when combined.
So, how's it looking? Is he impressed? If you get a chance, take a picture.
I think he's regretting his afterlife choices.
Wait, are they ghost flowers? Can you even take pictures of ghost flowers?
I'll find out. And last seeing as how these aren't exactly normal flowers. How long did this bouquet last? How long will this bouquet last?
As long as we both desire it and tend to it.
I have not tended to spirit flowers before.
It's easier than you may imagine, but you have to listen to them first. They say much more than you expect.
What is the bouquet say now?
Collectively, that your loneliness leads you to needing.
Needing what? A soda? Or soda? Yes, dear Elias?
A friend.
A friend. Oh, yeah, because they're going for the tailor. Oh.
Quick! Pick something a bit more dramatic.
Taylor's right, but I have to be more careful, more thoughtful. If these flowers are trying to speak to me... Okay, just breathe, and try to pick something that isn't so striking. And countermint, like Elias suggested. They don't have to be big. Doesn't have to be fancy. Maybe I add some smaller flowers to the bouquet.
The Queen Anne's lace. Yes, that is a very interesting choice.
Explain it to me, please. I listen with my heart, but I'm not sure how to decipher what it means in my mind.
There is a desire for sanctuary hidden within you. It runs deeper than one sad day, doesn't it?
Bud, you doing okay over there?
I suppose it must. Make it work. Make him believe it. Maybe I was too hasty with my vows. Yes, that was most certain of it. Could I blame them for leaving me? It's my fault, wasn't it? Trying to please them without truly understanding them. Trying to please myself without understanding my own needs.
I doubt it was your fault. That it could be so simple.
Well, I sighed once more, cupping his hands, in my hands in his own.
Dearest, you've created a beautiful bouquet. One that comes from the deepest of hearts.
I think I created a monster.
I'll treasure the zinnias and their friends forever.
Alas, thank you for understanding.
Do you need space to rest?
In a sense, may I be alone for a moment?
Yes, of course. Come find me in the study when you're ready, my love.
He floats out of the greenhouse, phasing through the walls, and my breath returns to me. My heart is pounding in my chest like a cannon.
Alright. Did he buy it?
Taylor, do you think what he said...
What? What he said about what? You trailed off.
Is that bouquet what I really want? Friendship and security and safety?
I mean, is it? I don't know what to tell you. I guess they're not bad things to want, especially when you're not interested in marrying a ghost.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know when flowers mean now and when they mean forever.
They probably don't mean anything at all.
Is it still a bouquet? It's still a bouquet I like. I'm here. I pull out my phone and snap a picture. And the flowers are there on my screen, just as they were in front of me. Have some ghost flowers, Taylor. I shoot the picture to him via text.
Holy crap! Man, I bet you'll never get them out of the mansion, unfortunately. I should have tried inventing a containment unit for ectobotany.
And this is why it's a science route. You never figured that out without spectator pants to test on, you goof.
Hey, never say never. If anyone could do it, I bet it would be us.
My steps feel heavy as I return to the hallway. I wasn't expecting Forno Regis to be that tense.
Hey, are you doing alright now?
I'll live.
Might be time to see what you can get up to before your rendezvous with Elias.
I nod my head as Taylor can somehow see through me, through the earpiece. Back to where it all began, the dust isn't as thick now, and well, it doesn't look all too fabulous compared to the rest of the place. It looks a little less uninviting. Hey, you remember that painting I mentioned before, in the floor?
On the second floor. Yeah. What about it?
I think I can make out a few of the details better now. Maybe even get a pic of it. I test my foot on the first step and angle my camera up to snap a photo of the frame. When the deed is done, I text it to Taylor. Here you go. If I had to hazard a guess, then the style it's painting would be imperialism. It was all the rage in the 19th century, so it'd fit in the timeline. Know anything about the subject?
It's probably a portrait of one of the Gallagher ladies. What better way to flaunt wealth and status than by paying someone to preserve your likeness with expensive materials?
I zoom in the photo. I took and studied the details. I assume Taylor's doing the same. Those earrings and necklace, and the size of the ring too. Damn, That's too rich for my blood.
Probably the precious family jewels Elias was telling you about.
Taylor snickers. I roll my eyes with a groan.
Anyways, I'll look into this and see if I can get an exact match for who it might be. Keep hunting around?
Roger that. I pick up one of the many doors in the floor and swing it open, wincing a little at how badly it needs to be oiled. As Elias wasn't kidding when he said that some of the rooms would be in disarray, it definitely doesn't look as nice as the study. I think this is a living room or a lounge. There are couches at least. The patterns have worn off them, and the materials are torn open in a few places. I run my hand over the back of the love seat.
Anything interesting there?
Aside from the couches, there's a rocking chair and mounted deer head, a painting of a building, a grandfather clock, and a bookshelf. Elias hasn't worked his magic here, so it's decapitated. I investigate everything else before I take a look at the books. I couldn't even know where to begin with that anyways. Oh, I can just finish looking. I'm just gonna go finish looking. Hey, Taylor, I looked at everything aside from the shelf. I'm gonna check out the books. Any ideas where to start?
Tell me what you're looking at.
I scan the spines for titles. There's a encyclopedia series, a dictionary, a thesaurus, a Bible homes, and a assortment of Shakespeare plays. I pull out an old tome of Romeo and Juliet and flip through the yellowed pages, or at least try to. The corners of the pages discernate in my fingers.
Ha ha! Bingo! I finally got a match on that painting from earlier.
Oh yeah? Who is it? I slide the book in my hand back into the shelf before hazarding a seat on one of those couches. Moments later, Taylor texts me an old black and white photo.
Check it out. That's Mama Gallagher herself. Mildred loved to host tea parties and dances at the manor. Always made a grand show of the family bling while she was at it.
I didn't blame her. She's very beautiful.
She was the envy of the land until that Gallagher curse killed her.
Yeah, kill them all. Sadly.
Anyways, that's one mystery solved. Think there's anything else in here?
I stand up and check the shelf again. There's a children's picture book here about clowns.
Don't open that!
Okay, nerd. Yeah, well, nothing else really calls out to me. I'm going to the next room over. I pause momentarily. I'm over.
Roger that.
I slip back into the floor and stare down at their doors. A map of this place would really help right now. Yeah. Hello doors. It is like 2 stories. Well, here we go. Mini Mindy Mo. I push past another door at random and peek my head inside before walking in. It's moderately sized room with a rectangular wooden table, surrounded by chairs, along with a small chandelier on the ceiling. I think this is the dining room. Seems suited for eating meals here with a large family or guest, at least, and it's much better condition than the living room.
What else is in there?
Fireplace, table, chairs, lamps, and a fancy-looking cabinet. More books in there, looks like it.
Take a look around and tell me if there's anything interesting before you indulge in literature again.
Okay, last time there's in the literature before everything. Watch that. Finish looking. Nothing else to look at but the cabinet now.
Let me know what you find.
I kneel down by the floor and inspect the books on the table bottom. There seems to be cookbooks for various European cuisines, Irish, Polish, Dutch, and so forth. And British, you don't want the British is like untouched. Pristine, because no one touched it. No dessert cookbooks here, but maybe they're behind the glass.
Right, Elias wanted to bake a cake for you. Would he even be able to eat it?
He did have a Tisa in the study, so maybe it's food, like food offerings for the departed. So like, Day of the Dead. I can't pronounce the Spanish, even though I knew the name.
Can you say that again? The line's coming out again.
I said, there's a stack in his earpiece, and suddenly, overcome with dizziness, I groan while trying to get back upright, grabbing the back of the chair for bounce. I'm actually playing it during the first day of the day of the dead. So after the Halloween, which is kind of funny. Suddenly my vision darkens and the room spins. My feet can't touch, and I mean first day because I think they're like 3 days to celebrate. Suddenly my vision darkens and the room spins. My feet can't touch the ground. I'm falling down into the yawning bliss. I open my eyes. Behind me, the chandelier starts swinging, and the fireplace roars to life, and yet I'm freezing. Like there's a like there's ice slushing through my veins again. It's horrible. I'm scared. This is definitely the same dining room, but everything feels wrong. I grip the chair harder and with my head. That was a mistake. Encased in the glass of the cabinet, the figure of a woman. She's so far away, but she's coming closer and closer, with a knife in her hand and a Cheshire cat grin painted across her lips. Dripping with blood, her a needle-like glaze makes a pinpoint of me. I can't breathe. I have to get out of here, but how can I escape? In an act of defiance, I spin in the opposite direction and try to make a break for it, but my feet are cemented in place.
Hey, can you hear me? Answer if you can hear me!
Get away from me. My knees give out and I collapse back in the chair.
Are you okay? Were you attacked?
Not physically.
Static took over the line again, and I heard something garbled from your end. Some kind of whispering or chanting? Was that you?
No, that wasn't me. I swallowed a deep grasp of air, trying to regain my breath as Tyler's voice rings in my ear.
Hey, what did you see?
Deport, Violet Deport. I spelled the name without thinking. I know whoever I saw was a woman. But was it really Violet?
I'm starting to think there are some other spirits in this mansion besides Elias. Why else would there be interference when he's not even in the room?
Goodness, are you quite alright?
Oh, there he is. I look up at the sound of Elias's voice.
Why do you look so pale?
Oh, my sweet Elias, am I going to tell him that I had a vision of someone, probably the woman who he was supposed to marry, charging at me with a knife? I simply feel as though 1,000 years have passed since I last saw you, my love, and I begin to feel a bit lonely. Tears groan on their side while I fake the pacifying grin.
It's been like, what, 20 minutes tops?
Forgive me for leaving you to your own devices for so long, dearest. I am here now, so there is no need to linger in the despair of solitude.
My gratitude, Elias, but surely my pain is nothing compared to your own.
Worry not, my love. For my years in the flesh prepared me for such an existence. I am not forgotten.
Aww. That's why I'm gonna leave the best for last. It couldn't be my imagination, but I see a flicker of pain in his eyes for a moment, as if he's trying to convince himself of the last bit.
Why, even before you came to me, there would be the occasional visitor to my manor. None quite so welcome, mind you. Most were in a stupefied, intoxicated state.
Drunk.
Good entertainment, but not the company I'd choose to spend the rest of my waking moments with. Unlike you, my love.
Man, this guy is just... ugh.
He's adorable. I'm trying the hardest not to roll my eyes at Taylor's unnecessary commentary. But Taylor's cute too, so let's not linger on such irrelevant matters. Then, shall we resume our preparations for the ceremony?
Why, yes, a splendid idea.
Elias moves towards the glass cabinet with a bounce in his float. Swinging the doors open, he starts humming.
Our wedding shall be oh so fine. The layer cake most of all, unforgettable. Nana's baking divine, and when paired with white wine, to not taste it would be quite regrettable. Oh, though I do miss her cream pies as well. Shame those aren't quite appropriate for a wedding.
Oh my god! Did he just say cream pie?
Taylor, cream pie. It's regular food, and I mean, we were doing jokes about the family duels, but he's actually doing the old-fashioned way, which is still technically appropriate too. It doesn't. We have dirty minds here, Taylor. At least Taylor has a dirty mind. Get your head out of the gutter, or I'll make you cry. My gut flies not even in the gutter.
Matter such that you could make it in any sort of flavor, so long as you had the proper ingredients. Say, what flavor shall our cake be, my dear?
Dr. Pepper. There's so many options to choose from, aren't there? Simply, I can't decide. What do you suggest, dearest? Elias thumps at the spine of the cookbook with a little more focus.
I was quite partial to Earl Grey myself, but vanilla is always agreeable no matter the party. Though perhaps a delicate lemon with hints of lavender.
Oh, they all sound good. But Dr. Pepper. Is something the matter, Elias?
I must have misplaced grandmother's dessert recipes. I can't find them.
Elias lowers his hand from the cabinet and sighs, crestfallen.
Where did I leave them? I know I have seen it within the past decade at least.
Hey, here's our chance to look for more clues somewhere else.
Taylor makes a good point. Perhaps I should assist you in the search. With 2 sets of eyes, I'm sure we could find your grandma's recipes in no time.
I am loath to ask my betrothed to make up for my mistakes, but yes, I would appreciate your help.
Do you have any irking of the idea where you might have left them?
Unfortunately not. I do know that it must be in the manor, however. None of my possessions have left the grounds. I will investigate the common room. Take care where you may search, and be cautious of the second floor. I have done my best to stabilize the structure, but it does take quite some energy.
Understood, my love. May we find your grandmother's recipe soon. Last bows before he takes his leave through the door, and I release my breath I didn't realize I was holding.
Is he finally gone?
It looks like I could try looking around the second floor now, but where should we start?
Well, you never got to hunt around the study since Elias was hanging out in there. But I wonder if you can find his bedroom.
Taylor pauses, and then when he speaks again, I could hear his voice waver.
We also have no idea what caused that vision you saw earlier.
Should I return to the study, search for Elias' bedroom, or stay here in the dining room where I saw that vision? I can only be in one place at a time. And now we're going for the dining room. The vision with Violet, or whoever I saw just now, is really bothering me. I'm staying here to inspect the glass cabinet a little more.
Be careful, alright?
I pull myself out of the chair and step towards the cabinet and its book once more. This time nothing seems to appear.
Though, how are you going to explain to Elias that you're basically staying put?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I swing the cabinet door open and shut, investigating it from multiple angles. Then I take out a book and inspect it. The words are nothing but jumbled Old English to me. Man, some of this stuff is illegible.
Too hard to read?
More like too hard to understand. Did people really talk like this? It's 1800, I'd be able to
You seem to do a
read it.
pretty good job of it.
I think I'll be able to read it. I slot the book back in place and cough as dust gets into my nose.
You okay there, bud?
Even though this place looks clean, the dust in the cabin's still very well.
Maybe that was Elias's plan all along. Death by choking on dust.
I roll my eyes.
See anything new?
Not really. I wonder where the kitchen is in this place.
Oh, no. You probably don't want to go into the kitchen even if you're able to find it. Oh, imagine the mildew and rot. Ugh.
You think so? You know, since you love comparing yourself to Egon, Egon so much, I bet you would love something like that, especially covered in mold. Oh yeah, I have a collection of fungi and mold. Yeah, Egon was my favorite in the first two movies. Sadly, Harris Ramos passed away back at 10 years ago now. Taylor laughs heartily. The sound light in my ear.
Well, if we're comparing each other to Ghostbusters characters, I am the brains of the operation. Egon just makes sense.
So does that make me, Ray? I'm gonna say Ray. I was thinking you're more like Janny. The red hair and cute face is much better suited for that role. Your red hair and cute face is much better suited for that role. Taylor makes an odd, barely noticeable noise, then clears his throat.
I knew it. You do think I'm cute.
Anyway, I think I deserve some credit. You may be the planner, but I'm the one who's about to marry a ghost.
Hey!
I smile at the pout in his voice.
I would have joined you, but backup is important. I'm prioritizing the evidence and trying to avoid Elias's suspicions.
I shuffle back and lower myself into one of the chairs at the dining table. Is that really the reason? Or are you worried that you won't be able to hide your irresistible desire to be ravished by a ghost? I pause for a second, smirking. You know, I found that notebook you left in the club room last week. The one filled with lewd fan fiction. Try as you might, you aren't that subtle. He squeals enough to make me stifle a laugh. Taylor clears his throat, his voice lower.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I take a breath before sighing dramatically. She had me pinned against the wall. Her lips left a trail of fire along my skin as she gave me a hug. Like I cease, realizing he hasn't tried to stop me. He then speaks, his voice soft and low.
I'm not writing about ghosts.
Oh. I raised my eyebrow. Then what were you writing about?
It doesn't matter. And it's not fanfiction. Just get back to the mission.
I think I know what he's writing about. I wonder what would happen if I chose a male character. Just get back to the mission. Taylor sounds unnaturally meek right now. Maybe I stepped on a nerve. Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
It's okay, bud. How are you doing over there with all those visions and everything?
Honestly, it's a lot at once, but hearing your voice through this all really keeps me calm. I almost pick up a smile in his voice as he replies softly.
Good. I'm glad.
I better get going somewhere before I waste too much time. I push the chair back and try to stand up, but my legs catches on my clothes. But the leg catches on my clothes. Ah!
What's going on?
Are you alright?
Out of nowhere, Elias grabs my hand, his other arm wrapped around my wrist as he steadies me. Elias, my vision blurs, the scene before me dissipates, and molds into something else entirely. I see Elias, surrounded by his siblings and father, all of them shouting and jeering. Horrible, terrible things in a mocking tone, making fun of him, calling him weak and a mystic. Grief and guilt fills my heart before I snap back to reality. I lean against the walls, Elias kneeling next to me. He looks exhausted.
I apologize. I should have come for you sooner. Are you alright?
Are you okay? What happened? You suddenly shouted and...
I nod, my heart pounding out of my chest. I'm alright.
I am relieved to hear that.
Oh, thank God.
Elias, did you feel that connection? Elias nods.
If only for a brief moment, yes. I saw a red-headed gentleman smiling at you. Who is that, if I may ask?
Oh, he's, St. Taylor. Taylor immediately pops into my mind. A friend, he's a friend. I swear I catch a glimpse of jealousy across Elias's face, but it dissipates just as quickly as it appeared.
I would love to meet your friend.
I would love for you to meet him as well, and I'm sure that he would be excited for the opportunity too. Elias' expression softens as he leads me away from the dining room and into one of the many hallways.
Anyways, my darling, I did come back to find you, as I have finally uncovered my grandmother's recipes. If you can tell me which one you'd like, I will make preparations while you freshen up.
Oh, I'm really appreciate that. When it comes to cake, I like to try... I'll just go for Earl Grey. Goes Dr. Pepper.
Excellent choice. You have the most wonderful taste, my dear. Please, let me handle the remainder. If you wish to rest, please, I encourage you to do so.
Thank you, Elias. I shall take you up on that offer. Elias bows before floating off some other part of the manor, leaving me alone again. Okay, he's gone.
Hey, Bud, you sound really exhausted. You should find some place to sit down and rest.
Yeah, give me a minute, alright? I take a look around the hallway. It really doesn't help that all these doors look the same. Shrugging, I pick around the door and try to knob, and to my surprise, it turns. I guess I'll go in here. Not entirely sure what I expected, but it's a bathroom.
Is it at least clean?
Dusty, but not moldy. I guess I can sit on the porcelain throne. I swept my gown to the side and closed the lid before taking a seat.
So how are you feeling? You've been through a lot, and that's the understatement of the century.
I'm physically okay. I'm more mentally exhausted. Really. We got so much evidence to sort through.
Maybe we should go over everything we've learned so far.
I don't know how much time I have, but we might as well try.
Assume you have a little, so talk as fast as you can.
Okay, so what exactly did you think about what happened with the flower arrangements?
I got to see some beautiful ghost flowers, I suppose, but Elias might not buy your story anymore. That may be a good thing.
How would that be a good thing?
Easy. Marrying an actual, literal ghost has got to be hazardous to your health.
Probably.
Maybe you can keep it up for a while, but eventually your facade will slip. And then what? The longer you wait, the bigger the heartbreak. He's been waiting so long. The best you'll get is a sad marriage where neither of you actually like each other. But if you bring it up, you just end up losing what you have.
Or we end up with a jar. You never know.
And at worst, he makes sure you can never leave.
Also be in there, yandere. Okay, I'll be fine with that too.
I don't want you to be stuck in that mansion, but even if we get nothing from it.
I don't think we'll get nothing out of it. But what really worries me is Violet. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know why she's here, but I want to get away from her if I can.
Can you make it so she doesn't appear? Any rituals or anything?
It's up to Elias, not me. It could be her part of his memories.
I'm really starting to not like that guy.
Come on, it's not that bad. Then there's what happened just now.
When Elias touched you again?
Yeah, part of my outfit got caught by the chair and I nearly tripped. He caught me just in time. I had a vision. This time I saw his family mocking him. I couldn't really make out what they were saying, but it definitely wasn't praise.
What concerns me more is that he mentioned seeing me. Was he reading your mind? It almost sounded like you two were exchanging memories.
Probably. I have no idea. I'm able to hold his hand without triggering any memories sometimes, but we were both stressed out at the time, so...
I don't like that he's capable of reading your memories, even if this time wasn't intentional. What happens if he finds out that you're faking all of this?
Probably all die.
Honestly, and I mean it this time, I want you to leave this place. There's something very wrong going on. Nothing we read said anything like this would happen.
Taylor, calm down. I know it isn't what we expected, but what were we expecting exactly? Be honest. Did you think this would actually pan out? 3 years of failure, and now we're finally here. We finally got what we wanted. And we planned so much, hell, fantasized so much about what we would do if we finally met a restless spirit. We'll try our best to smooth them, to help them move on, to bring them happiness they lost, to finish their unfinished business. Now that we have the opportunity, shouldn't we do what we said we'll do all along? Maybe we could help him move on.
Please, we don't know what kind of tricks he has up his sleeve. I don't want you to fall for anything he might be up to.
He's sweetheart, nah. I won't, I promise. I'm even sure Elias is up to anything beyond trying to wed me. And will breaking Elias' heart really be better than going through all this with all this? The next thing to do is pick out some jewelry, and then we're ready to go. The wedding will probably be at dawn, maybe just before. I don't know for sure. Do you want me to stick? A deep, beep echoes in my ear.
But
I check my phone, and then the beep means exactly what I think it means. My phone's battery's almost dead. Crap, my phone's dying.
what?
Out of use.
You didn't bring a portable charger?
My portable charger does not hold the charge very long. Why would I? Honestly, I don't think I'll be here that long, and didn't have much time to plan.
I'm coming in.
What? Wait, you?
I'm not leaving you alone in there with no contact. I'm responsible for that much. Stall for time. I'll see you soon. Over and out.
The line goes dead. The pound of my heart intensifies like a symphony of reaching a crescendo. And like a ray of bursting from the melody, a voice tranquilly calls out to me.
My dear, can you come to the living room?
I had no choice but oblige. I step through the corridors. Each creak of my footfalls is as thunderous as a waterfall. My phone vibrates one last time, a final warning before bracing its inevitable death. I arrive at the door and enter the living room where Elias awaits. At this point, there's no hiding my stress. I'm not that good of an actor, and Elias would see right through me. Still, I do my best to compose myself and step into the living room. Elias is waiting for me, just as he said he would be.
Oh, my dear, you look paler than me!
Yeah, I probably do.
What on earth happened?
I lost contact with someone very important just now. Have you ever been contacted by a spirit medium? There's something like that, like what I've been doing, but that contact has been cut short.
You've been talking with someone else?
Yeah, and he's gonna come. I have for my own safety. When I came to the manor today, I didn't know what to expect.
I thought you expected me.
I hoped for you, Elias, but until I came here, how could I know what was true? Perhaps I arrived in an empty estate moments from the collapse without anyone to greet me, just another false rumor about a haunted mansion. Or maybe you wouldn't be as friendly as or curious as all the whispers implied. Maybe you wouldn't be the one lingering in the mansion at all. Or maybe other possibilities. How many ghosts have you met in your lifetime, Elias?
A fair question. Well, I have faint memories of catching specters out of the corner of my eye. Unexplained disturbances and whatnot. But I have not conferred with any ghosts like the two of us have chatted. Certainly not in life. Unexplained Unexplained
Exactly. Do you understand my moral caution? Elias pouts. My friend, my medium, was the one guiding me through this manor safely.
And did you just meet this friend today, or?
I've known him for a long time. He was the one who told me about this manor in the first place. Listen, Elias, I met 0 ghosts until you, but not for the lack of trying. But myself and Taylor, my friend, have spent the better part of the past 3 years searching for the paranormal. And that's what led me to you. I don't know if I would be here if I hadn't spent that time looking for you so long.
Marvelous. My dear, how wonderful it is that you finally found me. Though, would you have sought the hand of any other ghosts you may have met?
Other than Sonny J. Jack, probably not yet. A guilty sigh emanates from my lips, permitting the air. If they were willing to court me, I wouldn't automatically say no, and if they made blueberry pancakes. But if I imagine, based on what I've read, that none of the ghosts I otherwise might have run into around here would be interested in such a things.
And as for your friend, how exactly has he served as a medium?
Well, the earpiece is my method of communicating discreetly. I take a bit of plastic out of my ear and hold it out for Elias to observe. Whether he has any knowledge of such modern things or not, I have no clue. but sadly it stopped working and needs to be charged. I don't think he'll be able to help me here either.
So, to contact him again,
He's
you
coming.
have to leave?
Oh no, he's coming in. Actually, he's coming here. Now that the link between us is broken, he's not going to let me out of his sight.
Oh, is that so?
His eyes blushing. He's not he's not suddenly getting jealous of Taylor, is he? I think he is.
He's heard about the wedding, yes? Our wedding?
Yes.
Well, I suppose a wedding without guests isn't much of a wedding. Everything is just about in order for the ceremony anyway. And I hope your friend realizes how safe you are with me by now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wait outside for a little while we finish our preparations. Shall we go ahead and place the final touches on this affair?
We shall, dear. He offers his arm, and I take it. I have no idea what's going to happen. Can Taylor even get inside? Will he spill the beans about our facade? My facade? Will I be able to escape before I marry a ghost? Or do I want to escape?
Now then, shall we? It is time to show you my precious family jewels.
Alas, and I make our way to the staircase, and I softly grip his infernal arm, and I watch as his free hand grips a dark railing. I step the stairs creak a little too loud. Lean closer to Elias. My hold to him tightens.
Do not fret, my dear. These stairs are safe as long as you stay by my side.
I give him an uncertain smile, trying not to remember the state of the decrepit stairs when I first entered the mansion. They now look elegant, lined with soft wooden trim carpeting.
Careful now.
Elias puts his hand on top of mine as we walk down the hallway. He wears a faint, compliant smile. Is it tiring? Making the mansion. I pause, not sure how I should phrase the question. Not all of it's exactly hospitable.
You mean making it look like a ghost of its former glory?
He chuckles a little as a little pun, with a gentle pat on my hand. He sighs.
Admittedly, yes. It's quite tiring. But if it makes you comfortable, then I shall keep doing it. It also brings back many memories.
The smile on his face drifts into wistfulness. For a moment, he looks almost sad. I regret bringing up. My grip on his arm loosens, and I give him a smile back. He's just so adorable. I think you're done an excellent job, Elias, with everything.
I appreciate your kind words, my dear.
He leads me to the door and then opens it. Inside the bedroom, similar to the one I woke in, elegant and ornate. It's not, if not a little barren.
Just a moment, my dear.
He lets go of my arm, making his way to the vanity. Instead of reaching for one of the drawers, he presses his hand against the wall, causing the vanity to lower and reveal a hidden compartment. I wonder how many other secrets this place holds. Lash shifts through the doors inside the compartment, eventually pulling out a unassuming dark wooden box. He slowly opens it, revealing a ring, necklace, and a pair of earrings.
Ah, here we are then.
My eyes light up and with wonder as the jewelry sparkles even without any lights shining on it. The ring is a gold band with a large diamond in the center, a beautiful classic for a reason. Just the sheer size of a diamond alone catches my eye. Meanwhile, the necklace is a string of pearls with a ruby ailment on it. And so very dazzling to gaze upon. It's like looking at a very definition of opulence. And lastly, the earrings are a pair of Victorian love knot in the base of a opal centerpiece and a yellow tilted green sapphire at the bottom.
Do not hesitate, dear. Choose whichever your heart desires.
They are all so gorgeous. I can't possibly choose. Nevertheless, I reach out and gravitate towards the. So we're gonna have to go with earrings. I pick up the earrings. They're delicate, very orient. I sigh softly, taking my time to inspect them closer. And despite my attempts to focus on the jewelry, I hear Taylor's warning echo in my head over and over again. It's actually discomforting not having heard his voice in so long while I'm stuck in the mansion. I should have asked him to come sooner. Oh yeah, because Taylor is...
Are they not to your liking? If you prefer something else, surely I can...
Yeah, Taylor's worried, so he's coming. That's not all. The earrings are gorgeous. I pause, giving Elias a sheepish smile. My act is starting to slip without Taylor's commentary to ground me. He said to stall for time. I need to stall for time. I'm just a touch worried about how safe it is to wear these. The mansion itself is decaying, and if the jewelry has rust anywhere, it might irritate my skin. Elias chuckles lightly. He motions for me to put on the earrings.
It's entirely safe. I have kept them in a secure location and check on them frequently. You have nothing to fear.
The earrings should be cursed too. Once you put them on, they'll never come off, or maybe Elias will take over your soul. Or at least I think that's what Taylor would say if he heard that. I nearly snout at the thought, but stop myself before I do. But, not decline Elias's wishes, I carefully slip them on. Nothing happens. See, Taylor, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you for allowing me to borrow the earrings, Elias. They must be very precious to you. A slight blush flushes over Elias's cheeks.
Please, do keep them on for our ceremony. And beyond. Once we are wed, everything in my name will be yours.
Elias, you're dead. Everything? Elias really is serious about marrying me. I'm actually gonna marry a dead guy, aren't I? This isn't a joke. You're far too kind, Elias. Elias smiles back gently. I want to scream, but I hold my tongue. I'm too young to get married. Damn it.
Shall we make our way outside? Everything is prepared for the ceremony.
Of course. I think I'll settle for screaming inside my brain. We exit the bedroom together and go down the stairs one last time, my new accessory, adding weight to my every step.
Soon we shall be wed, my darling, and we'll have all of eternity together. Are you excited?
Yes. Elias was sure seemed to be. I don't know how to answer that. Whether I should be sincere and tell him the truth or continue to charade. Taylor's coming, but Elias is only interested in me. Even if Elias is kind, I don't know what he'll do if his second attempt at marriage fails. The whole night, Taylor has been on edge. I can't really blame him. I've worried my best friend over a friend ever since Elias entered the picture, and yet, well, sorry, Taylor, you are the person that put me over here. Why am I worried about Taylor when I'm the one who's supposed to be in more danger?
My love, what's on your mind?
Nothing, I mean... Nah, I really am a bad actor in the end. With everything that has happened, is about to happen, I must be feeling the entire range of human emotion right now, my beloved. Nervous, excited, and also full of dread. We return to the floor where the whole night began. Elias guides around along the floor while I do my best to keep up with him, trying not to arouse suspicion. He places his hand on the door behind the step, then turns to me.
Are you ready, my love? I have worked tirelessly to prepare the old ballroom for our ceremony, and while we may not have any guests, I do hope that you will be pleased.
Well, we'll have one guest. My voice is hoarse, so the words get lost in my throat. All I can do is smile and nod.
Excellent. Then without further ado...
The door to the ballroom opened wide, and Elias bids me through. I walk down the terraced red carpet, through the dim, convex room, towards the center, where the expensive dishes, aged bottles of wine, crystal glasses, silver cutlery, and finally, our bouquet awaits us. No one is watching, yet with every step I take, I hear the echoes of whispers, rumors, cheers, and sobs wherever my foot lifts from the floor. And these memories of previous weddings Elias has attended, now created for its own, I wonder who will officiate. Elias must have some memory of Mr. Ray as well. This is like the... I just put a zombie. I turn my head back to the back and peer at the door, waiting for my groom. As he floats in, the noise goes more ravenous, because in the lights bloom into a pale blue glow. My gaze is fixed on Elias. Eternity passes in a single second as he reaches for the altar, beaming with endless pride. It's time. The crowd hushes down to a murmur before the sitting into a single echoing voice.
Welcome on.
And it's Severn. I thought we were in New England.
Family and friends, thank you all for coming today to partake in this joyous occasion. Today we are gathered together to unite Elias Gallagher with his beloved.
I still can't take my eyes off my groom.
Long has he suffered, and now long shall he be overflowing with joy. Let the memories of betrayal, of murder, of waiting be washed away like leaves in a flood. Love has triumphed.
Oh God, is this what Wyatt is thinking? Pretty much.
Do you, Elias Gallagher, take this person to be your lawfully wedded spouse, to live together in matrimony, to love them, comfort them, honor and keep them, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold, from this day forward, now and for all time?
I do.
It's like,
Do you, my dear, take Elias Gallagher to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together in matrimony, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him?
I'll do that next version.
In sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold, from this day forward, now, all time?
Okay. I do.
Stop!
There's Taylor. The slamming of the ancient doors against the walls drawn out all the memories of the ballroom, and the illusions disappear without trace.
Who?
Taylor! Okay, I have to. There's Taylor. Aside from the angry echoing of footsteps, there are only me, Elias, and a very, very sweaty Taylor in the other side, otherwise empty sanctuary. I have never been so happy to smell his attempt to mask the scent of sweat with powering cheap cologne. Okay, my thing is, he's asthmatic and he's trying to use the cheap cologne. Don't do the cheap cologne. Asthma attack.
That's right. This has to stop. You should have told Elias the truth ages ago. I should have told you the truth ages ago.
My dear, is this the spirit medium you were talking to?
Yeah. It is him. It is. His name's Taylor Potts, and...
Taylor, why do you interrupt our ceremony? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Elias' eyes flash with frustration.
Oh, have I got some words for you, Gallagher? All of this?
Taylor gestures widely around the empty floor and tables.
All of this is for nothing! This was a dumb attempt to find a ghost, and now I've put my best friend in extreme danger. They didn't actually believe anyone was here. In my heart, I didn't believe it either. I was desperate. But we did our homework and read that you were obsessed with romance. The idea of it, at least. They aren't actually in love with you and have never been engaged to anyone before this. We went shopping for fancy clothes to trick you into appearing.
Yeah, sorry.
So stop all of this. We're too young for marriage. We're both just college students, for goodness sake. We have our whole lives ahead of us.
Taylor's arm drops to his side as he takes in a shaky breath.
Elias, you should be mad at me. I set them up to do all this. But I should have been the one here, not you.
I look between both the men standing in front of me. Taylor is out of breath, while Elias can't find the words.
I think we should let OHSIC disband. We need to go home. It's over.
But but... Taylor, don't make decisions for me.
My dear is right. They have been perfectly able to choose what they like. I provided plenty of opportunities and...
Yeah, and they were playing you.
Taylor's previous fever gets a second wind at the sound of Elias' voice, and he puffs his chest.
Our goal was to prove you exist. Now we have, and I regret it.
Taylor?
Besides, do you even realize what rushing into marriage does to people? What if it turns out that you two don't even like each other, or can't even stand being in the same room tomorrow? I don't know about you, Elias. There's only so many tabloids that we can salvage all the way back from like 100 years ago. But have you ever had to watch your parents fight with each other behind closed doors?
Elias cocks his brow in confusion. All I can do is stand there and listen, trembling.
Rushed, unhappy marriages lead to divorce. Maybe your parents got along fine. Maybe they didn't. But if this was a regular wedding between you and Bud, you'd be waving a red flag for the whole state to see.
I see worse red flags.
Mom and Dad tried so hard to pretend things were okay when I was growing up. But I wasn't stupid. I saw the exhaustion on their faces. I heard what they said to each other. No one deserves that.
Yeah, it's coming from his personal experience. I'm sorry, Taylor. I didn't.
Besides, after all this, I realized I'm jealous.
Oh, all this time.
Yeah, he's jealous. Wait, jealous of who?
Me, I assume. There's a rival suitor vying for your affections.
Or he's jealous of me and he wants you.
It's true. I think you're great, and I really, really like you. I've wanted to tell you that for some time. Since about the day we met, to be honest.
Aw.
But you were such a good friend. A kind friend who supported me in everything I did. But you were such a good friend. A kind friend who supported me in everything I did. I was scared to lose that. I was scared to make everything too big. But I guess I found a different way to make everything too big tonight, huh?
Well, we're probably gonna get together, Taylor, after this, in this
What a
version.
charming and sad story,
Wow.
Taylor.
Much to my surprise, Elias' voice drips with empathy. His voice words are genuine. Elias, you're...
How could I not be moved? But, my dear, I need you to tell me the truth. What did you come here for?
I came here to help Taylor find a ghost. Our ghost hunting group was in danger of closing, and we decided to investigate this place. We knew people broke into the place pretty often, and no one actually claimed to see any ghosts, so we decided to do what we could to find and make you appear. Nothing I told you about the previous wedding was true. I wasn't left at the altar. I was never even at the altar. I am just an ordinary university student trying to help a friend.
I see.
The truth is out, I suppose. It had to happen sometime. If Elias could sink into the center of the earth, he probably would. The whole thing, keeping him afloat in some sense of decorum.
But not all of this was a lie, was it? Your demeanor changed as we spent time together.
Yeah, because I like you.
You got to know me. You learned about the real me. And I think your heart opened.
Oh no, come on, don't do this! I get that you're lonely, but you're completely missing the point here!
Taylor, please. Where we go from here is up to them to decide.
You know, I decide. I can't do this. I can't marry you, Elias. You're very kind. I'm only gone to know you for one night. It's not nearly enough time for me to decide my infernal undying love to you. But Taylor, on the other hand, I've known him for years. He's my bestie, even if he's kind of obnoxious.
Hey!
Hey, Taylor, we're going for you, so... Or an immature pervert.
Come on.
And makes me do a lot of his dirty work. All of his dirty work.
Okay, fine, that part is fair.
Because at the end of the day, I know Taylor always has my back. We're always looking out for each other, and I think that's what makes a stable foundation for romance. Taylor's jaw drops as a blush spreads across his face, while Elias studies the both of us silently. So marrying you like this just to fill your wish wouldn't be fair, because I can't give you the love you crave, the love you deserve. I hope you understand and forgive me.
This is nothing like the romances I've read in novels, nor the kind I've seen my parents or even siblings divulge in. It's clumsy, ridiculous even. Why, it's hardly romantic.
Sorry, Elias.
And yet, those were the most genuine words I've heard from you this entire night. You hold those sentiments quite dear. So this is what true love is.
Hang on. Does that mean you'll actually go out with me?
Yeah. I'm willing to give it the good old college try, at least. Elias clapped his hand together, and Brian's up, in spite of all the fact that I just rejected him.
Waste not, want not. I shall officiate your wedding then.
Whoa there, easy now. Are we really doing this? I'm not even ready.
Do you take Taylor Potts to be your lawfully wedded husband? To live together in matrimony? To love him, comfort him, honor and keep him?
Yes.
In sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold from this day forward, as long as you both shall live?
Elias was really determined to see some kind of wedding tonight, so I might as well entertain him. I do.
And do you, Taylor, take them to be your lawfully wedded spouse, to return their affections and so on and so forth?
Taylor scuffles up his face while Elias doesn't repeat the same ceremonial speech for his part of the vows.
Shoot. I guess? Are we moving a little fast for...
Shh. It's not official.
By the authority vested in me as the final heir to the Gallagher family, I now pronounce you married. You may now kiss.
Taylor looks at me, then at Elias, then back at me, mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. As Elias goes into motion at him to do something. Eventually, I sigh and put my... just pull Taylor towards me, smashing my face into his. So cute. Elias laughs and claps his hand together, clearly happy with our antics.
Splendid show! Now quickly, follow me to the study.
Elias glides out of the bedroom. Elias glides out of the ballroom, while I drag Taylor behind me, still puttering and confused over what just happened. Elias pulls out a paper from the drawer and claps his hands together, causing it to glow with a ghostly light.
Here we are. My will, freshly written. I think you two will be pleased.
Taylor and I scan the document.
I, Elias Gallagher, former head of the Gallagher estate, hereby leave all my material possessions, including the Gallagher family jewels, and the manor itself to the newlywed Potts.
We're getting the manor and the trolls this time too.
The Potts?
Farewell, my dear friends. Please use my family's fortune for your honeymoon, or whatever else you may need it for.
Elias, what are you doing? With a final bow, Elias quickly fades from the room.
So, what do you want to do for our first date?
Hibernate. Hibernate. After a full 24 hours of uninterrupted sleep, Taylor looked up whether my subname actually was going to legally be Potts now. Considering a ghost officiating a wedding, and not even an ordained ghost at that, isn't exactly legal binding, Taylor and I decided to take our relationship slow. No marriage, not yet. Hopefully Elias wasn't going to be too mad about that. After jockering the will a bit to fix my last name, we laid claim on the fortunes left in the Gallagher mansion. The family jewels turned out to be worth a hell of a lot of money, enough to pay for both our student debts and then some. But we got so caught up in trying to figure out how to work with our sudden and unexpected inheritance that we forgot to recruit new members for the club.
It sucks that we lost the OHSIC. But who needs them? We can probably fund our own activities for a while.
I think we should go easy on spinning for a while, or at least stop buying the name brand orange soda.
What? But the generic store brand just doesn't have the same flavor profile. The recipe is completely different, and the ratios of high fructose corn syrup and...
I kiss him deeply on the mouth once more to shut him up. Stupid that it works, but he doesn't protest when I pull away with a wiry smile. It's you're a dork.
Yeah, I am.
Ending C for science. And that was the Groom of Gallagher Mansion, the for science route. If you want my content, please subscribe, like the video, help out, and comment down. Well, I'll see you guys next time.